Hey guys, welcome to the Liberal Hive Mind, a channel solely focused on exposing the abundant hypocrisy of the left. Friends, I think it's time for a Democrat reality check. They keep saying they're gonna replace Joe Biden. Supposedly the plan's already been in effect. Joe Biden's just the distraction. We haven't even gotten to the main course yet. Joe Biden's gonna get subbed and replaced. By who exactly? Well, you would think Kamala Harris. Seems like the logical next step, but honestly, I'm not even sure if Kamala Harris even exists anymore these days, considering literally no one, including Democrats, even mention her name or even talk about her. What I'm saying is it's probably not going to be Kamala Harris. The name that I keep seeing popping up from all the leftoids, the guy who can take on Trump and carry on that progressive legacy, is none other than California Governor Gavin Newsom. Yeah, apparently he's the guy for the job. Remember when Bill Maher suggested that he's the only guy who could win?
Right. What areas has Newsom won in? You said he's a winner.
Winner of the election. He could win the election.
But based on what, though? Do you want results? Like, what has he done to California to say he's a winner?
Oh, God. I don't know.
He could win, because... Yeah, that's why. Because I feel like it. You know, interesting argument from there, Bill Maher. But how about we delve just a little bit deeper? Since I keep hearing that Gavin Newsom is supposedly Trump's kryptonite, let's delve into that possible scenario. Let's take a look. We got some stuff to get into, so let's roll the tape. Alright folks, so honestly, screw building suspense. I'm not going to wait 8 or 10 minutes, however long this video is going to be, to make my conclusion. We'll start off with the conclusion and then we'll justify it later. Gavin Newsom isn't beating anybody. He's not this savior Democrat who's going to come in at the last second to save democracy. He's a horrible politician with a horrible track record and possibly one of the easiest guys to expose. I mean, for Pete's sakes, he's a California Democrat. The guy operates with near impunity. He can do whatever the frick he wants in California, which is fun in your Democrat stronghold backyard, but the moment you go national, well, let's just say you're bringing a whole lot of California baggage with you. And in Gavin Newsom's case, just a whole lot of baggage in general. This guy isn't nearly what Democrats pretend he is. And here's the perfect example. Here's Adam Carolla's show on News Nation taking on Gavin Newsom. Just take a look at this glorious moment.
Adam Carolla here. Governor, why did you shut the beaches in California during COVID?
Yeah, I think we all were working on information at the time. We had no basis of deeply understanding the virus. I think they did the same thing.
So you didn't know anything, so why'd you shut the beaches?
States like Florida.
If you didn't know anything, why'd you shut the beaches?
Well, we didn't know. Yeah, because people were concerned early in the pandemic. Information was coming out as it relates to how it was transferred, the disease, and people were cautious, trying to keep people alive. And I should say this, Adam,
you didn't let them go in the
health, wealth,
sunshine and get vitamin
California
D
outperformed.
and exercise, so you shut the beaches. Okay. And you arrested a guy who was paddleboarding in the bay.
On health, wealth, and...
Yeah, any
it's always
science
good to see
behind
Adam,
that? Any science
we're
at
all
all
geniuses
behind shutting
in
outdoor
hindsight.
dining? Why'd you shut down outdoor dining?
Go ahead, go ahead.
Science?
It's good to see Adam.
Based on science,
look,
you didn't
at the end of the day, the debate tonight.
It's not a debate. You shut
I'm
down
looking
outdoor
forward to the
dining.
debate,
You canceled
compare and
businesses.
contrast
Had
tonight.
nothing to do with science.
All right, let him finish.
People, all right, go ahead.
All this happened in the...
By the way, that was on the night of the presidential debate. Adam Carolla ended this guy's career. Gavin Newsom, of course, was very angry. You didn't bring me on to talk about this, and you just want to keep going on and on about the COVID stuff. But hey, that's relevant, especially if you have presidential ambitions, and there's all this talk of switching you in to replace Joe at the last second. You know, your track record is kind of important, and that right there is Gavin Newsom's problem. He pretends as if he's such a common sense for the people guy, but we all remember his 2020, 2021 scandals. We all remember when Gavin Newsom enacted tyrannical, unconstitutional lockdowns, while he himself, of course, didn't have to follow the same rules. Gavin Newsom was whining and dining at fancy restaurants, while the rest of you suckers couldn't participate. I don't know if a last-minute intensive 4-month Gavin Newsom campaign would be able to deal with the onslaught of attacks, especially considering the guy doesn't have very much name recognition outside of California. I mean, he's got more than Pete Buttigieg, Amy Klobuchar, Gretchen Whitmer, that's for sure, but I wouldn't say he's a national name just yet. And the idea that his campaign wouldn't get completely torpedoed by all the scandal, yeah, I'm just not seeing it. They would have to present him as so much better than Donald Trump, but the reality is Gavin Newsom has a pretty bad history of scandals.
Want to make it clear that everything you've heard and read is true. And I am deeply sorry about that. I've hurt someone I care deeply about, Alex Turk, his friends and family. And that is something that I have to live with and something that I am deeply sorry for. I am also sorry that I've let the people of San Francisco down. They expect a lot of their mayor.
And not only does Gavin Newsom have a scandal problem, but Gavin Newsom also has a policy and track record problem. You know, kind of like the California baggage thing that I was referencing earlier.
Oh, y'all right here, and I'm just standing right here.
Broad daylight, I saw someone get
bullied, picked on, stripped naked, robbed.
Somebody get stabbed.
I mean, like someone robbed me with a machete today of all my stuff.
hit in the head with crowbars and bats.
That's the state that Gavin Newsom oversees. Elect Gavin Newsom so he could turn the rest of the country into third world California. What an absolute farce. This guy doesn't have a track record leg to stand on. That's the reality. And obviously, if he was to get in the ring, well, he'd have to defend his track record, and that also happens to be something that he's not exactly great at.
Newsom seemed out of patience.
Deficit, $522 million.
Yeah, it's a big deficit.
What does this mean?
Just a big deficit, a lot of work ahead of us.
Tell me about that.
Yeah, we just got a lot of work ahead of us, big deficit.
At the end, he couldn't leave the room fast enough.
Off the record, I'm amazingly disappointed. Amazingly. I just am, personally, you know?
Anytime Gavin Newsom is challenged, he always plays the victim and runs away from the camera. We've seen the behavior before. This guy is a complete, unmitigated train wreck disaster. Honestly, I find it's this very shallow, weird perspective where people look at Gavin, they see him dressed all nice, rich California guy with the slick back hair, he's tall, relatively handsome, and they just defer to him, idiotically. Well, he looks like a politician, he looks like a cool guy, therefore he should be president. That might work for the gullible few, but trust me when I tell you the American people aren't that stupid. The idea that Gavin Newsom's gonna take over, in fact, Newsom performs worse against Trump than even Joe Biden does. We saw that in the recent Data for Progress poll, and really we've been seeing it for months. He doesn't have the political chops. He's not the guy for the job, and I think it's way too late at this point. We're already past some ballot access deadlines in multiple states. You know, the more I think about it, the more I try to rationalize it, the more I just can't see it. I think Democrats are stuck with Piss Pants Joe, and Gavin Newsom isn't coming to the rescue. Anyways, that's pretty much what I got for you guys on this one. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to leave a like and possibly subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.